So today I'm going to be looking at some of the best and most popular rap albums and choosing what the worst song on the album is. We got our guest feature today. We got Toby. Go ahead and look, Toby. This is the little fella that is 10. He has heart failure. He has 6 months. That's it. So we're gonna get him on the video. I'm gonna let him sleep actually. But that's what I was talking about in that one short, if you were curious. But we got an assortment of some popular rap albums here from some popular artists, and then some more, I wouldn't say forgettable albums, but not their magnum opus and their discography type of albums. And at the end of the video, I have some other multi-genre albums that I wanted to include in this video. So starting off, we're gonna just start with a very popular album from a very popular artist that really fits this fall month or fall time. Would say October, but it is now November 1st. But Take Care by Drake. And I had this between 3 songs. It's either Practice, Make Me Proud, or Will Be Fine. Just, I mean, kind of mid songs that are definitely forgettable in this track list. Take Care has a great track list. Over one of Drake's most stacked track lists with Lord Knows, Over My Dead Body, the title track, Marvin's Room, even something like Underground Kings. So they're not really bad songs. I wouldn't say there's a bad song in this album, but they're definitely forgettable. But revisiting these songs, it's going to be Make Me Proud as the worst on Take Care. The only thing that even made this a debate for me is the chorus, because I like the chorus on Make Me Proud. I think it is very catchy, but outside of that, it is such a forgettable song, even the Nicki verse. So if it wasn't for that, that's easily the weakest. That's easily the worst on Take Care. Practice is just another forgettable song, more of an R&B song. And then you got Will Be Fine. It's not a bad song, but when it comes to this track list, it's definitely one of the weaker ones. Live Love ASAP by A$AP Rocky, his debut mixtape, the magnum opus of cloud rap, and arguably the best rap mixtape of all time. For the longest time, I thought it was easily Get Lit as the worst, like the clear worst on the mixtape. I mean, I gave a review to Live Love ASAP a while ago. This was like maybe a year ago, and I said that was the worst song, but I was saying it was a bad song. I don't like that review of Live Love ASAP. I disagree with it now. I don't like it. I'm gonna take it down, but I'm not going to. I might as well leave it. It's definitely not a bad song. That was a bad take from me, but it's just such an ethereal beat, especially one of the most like I don't know how to explain it. Because so much on Live Love ASAP is cloudy, but that's one of the just waviest beats that you're just like floating up and down. But this track list is stacked. It is a ridiculous track list, so I still have to go Get Lit. And yeah, I think this is a great song now. I love this song, but again, this track list is unreal. What else are you gonna go to? I see a lot of talks about Acid Drip, but no. I mean, it's a shorter song. It's one of the dreamiest beats on Live Love ASAP, though. I absolutely love the production. Rocky's vocals at the end are what make this for me like, no, this is not in the discussion of the worst. It is a slept-on track for this mixtape, actually. Maybe like bass, but come on, Clams Casino production, like man, dude, there's no other option here. And I guess the thing with Get Lit is it's not the best chorus on Live Love ASAP, and it's just there's a lot of great choruses on Live Love ASAP. Looking at Peso or What's Up, amazing chorus. So the get lit, you know, it's kind of a just I wouldn't say cheesy, but it is a little bit. It's not the strongest, okay? And for the next album, we have Melt My Eyes, See Your Future by Denzel Curry, and I'm not considering The Smell of Death as a song because it feels more like an interlude. It's obviously shorter, and there's not like a clear song structure to it, so it feels like an interlude. I'm not going to consider that. That's cheating. But I know the answer here. It's Zatoichi for me still. I mean, ever since I've listened to this album, it's always been Zatoichi. And I do like the song. There's not a bad song on this album. And I like how ethereal it feels. It's got a different vibe than some of the other like mellow, really introspective tracks on this album. So I do enjoy it. But this is another one where it's just an amazing track list. You really can't go to other options. But maybe Troubles. I don't like the chorus there. The like a muffled T-Pain feature. John Wayne, it's just nothing else to go to. So yeah, it does feel like an outlier too, like how it is different from the rest of the track list. I'd say that's the worst on Melt My Eyes. The Off Season by J. Cole. And I have had some controversial takes on this album before, especially with Pride is the Devil, because yeah, to this day, that song is not that great. Okay, that's not that great. Mid-production, Lil Baby on the song. We don't need his presence, but yeah, Amari isn't that great either. That's another one. It's just a mid song. But the worst on the album for me is Punching the Clock. Another one, probably going to be a hot take, but it just feels unfinished. It's really short, but he does have rapping on the song, so it's not an interlude. It's just not a special song. And again, I don't really care for Amari or Pride is the Devil, but I'd say maybe a slight edge to those. But either way, like I could go with one of those songs and I don't really care because these are 3 songs that I don't care for. So I'm gonna have Punch in the Clock, and I guess the only positive to this two other tracks is it doesn't have a Lil Baby feature, because that's actually a plus. Let God Sort 'Em Out by Clips. I had to include this. It's still my rap album of the year for 2025. It's probably gonna stay that way. Most definitely gonna stay that way. And I absolutely love this album still. I haven't spoke about it. I haven't really spoke about it in a bit, to be honest, but yeah, I still absolutely love this album, and this has a stacked track list, okay? Stacked track list, and every song is amazing except one song. It's Inglorious Bastards. I honestly never got the hype with this song because I remember seeing people have it as like one of the best on this album, which it just seems crazy because there's some crazy phenomenal songs on this album, and this is one of the forgettable ones. Most forgettable on the album, and I think it's just because of the production. Because obviously this whole album, you have some hard-hitting Pharrell production, crazy cohesive, just amazing, amazing performance by him on his part sonically, but this track definitely falls short for me. I mean, I don't think the horns are like the most sonically appealing, and it doesn't hit as hard as some of the other beats on here, like So Be It, Ace Trumpets, or the title track. That's nuts. I'd honestly say it's a mid beat. I don't really care for this beat at all. This song just does not have that punch overall, like literally every other song on this album does. And obviously the rapping's good. The whole album is filled with stacked rapping. So you could say that, be like, come on, great rapping performances, Ab Liva, but okay, you want to go to FICO? No. All things considered, actually, I just literally looked at a random track, but that's probably on the weaker end because the Pharrell chorus ain't great. But no, it's not. Mike Tyson Blow to the Face, no. There's just nowhere else to go to. The outro, By the Grace of God, I love the reflection here of what could have happened to them if they didn't make it. Like, I don't think anything else could go get it for me. It's Inglorious Bastards. Then we got Offline by JPEG Mafia, and for me, we are entering offline season. This is such a perfect winter album for me, like kind of fall winter album. I made it on a video. I had one album for each season, and the one album I chose for winter was Offline. I mean, you could go something boom bap East Coast, fits winter perfectly, but I chose Offline. We're getting off topic, but Offline, perfect winter album. We're heading into the season of it. I thought this would be really tough. I thought about this and I was like, yeah, that's gonna be a very tough choice because this album is so unique. One of the best produced albums from the 2020s. It's kind of like the most JPEG Mafia album. I always talk about how I Lay Down My Life for You is his best album, and I want to say it is, but I love Offline so much, and I feel like you get the most out of Peggy. You're getting just pure, authentic Peggy on this album. Not saying that this 2024 album isn't authentic, but this just feels like the purest form of Peggy. So I thought it'd be tough, but there is a clear outlier for me. This was actually one of the easiest choices. It's definitely Nemo. Like I said, this whole album has surreal production, peak production. One of the coolest albums sonically in the 2020s decade, but this track is so goofy. I can't hold it back. This is probably the only song on this album that I would not give a mid rating. I'd probably say it's a bad song. I don't like this production. It's not good production. I get it's super experimental, but like the wobbly, glitchy keyboard leads are so goofy, bro. This song sounds like it's out of a cartoon. I could never unironically listen to this. Man on the Moon 2 by Kid Cudi. We always talk about 1, but how about 2? Another one that's fitting this fall winter season. I'm not considering obviously that's pretty much an interlude, but I think this album has a clear snoozer that I actually think is another bad song, and it's Wildin' 'Cause I'm Young. The production's not good on this song, man. The chorus is pretty bad. I mean, it's just a slow, mellow song, but it's not slow in like an R&B, like relaxing way. It's slow as in just boring. Like I could play this song before I go to sleep and fall asleep pretty quick. There's just nothing out of this song. It is a weak song, very boring song. And Man on the Moon 2 has some underrated Cudi songs, man. I love Revo Fev. I love Mojo So Dope, Ashton Kutcher. There's a lot of great songs on this album, man, honestly. But yeah, I guess Maniac's another song I don't really care for, but it does play into the concept of him going deeper into his thoughts and kind of just going to a point of losing his mind, obviously referring to him as a maniac. But this is not a good song. It's definitely I'm definitely going this as the worst. Then we have The Infamous by Mobb Deep. And if you're curious, yeah, this is still a top 3 rap album of all time. This will always be up there for me. I think it's the best rap album of all time. I sway between albums. That's why I'm not giving it a clear one. I sway between The Infamous or a T-Pep. I sway back and forth, but a lot of my like go-to is The Infamous as the best rap album of all time ever made, man. So obviously this is going to be difficult, and this one is so difficult. So I had it as Drink Away the Pain for a while. I had a little vinyl video where I kind of chose some of my vinyl that I absolutely love and chose the worst song on it. I don't have that up anymore because I did Nevermind by Nirvana, and obviously the cover is not PG-13, and they were not happy with me, so that's that's taken down. But and I said Drink Away the Pain was the worst on the album. It's not. It's I cannot do that because of the jazz influence you have with it, the Q-Tip production in his verse, the storytelling too by Prodigy is amazing. It is a little bit of an outlier going to a jazz track rather than a very ominous boom bap beat, but in this case, it's not going the worst. Come on, bro. We got Q-Tip and Mobb Deep. It's not the worst. So the only other option I'm going to go with here is QU Hectic. And the only reason is because it uses the same sample loop as Shook Ones Part 2. Obviously, the better song, clearly. And this is an amazing song lyrically, dude. This is sharp, and it's a great song. I've listened to this 50 times. I've listened to this as much as the rest of the album because I just replay that album start to finish all the time. But when it comes to this track list, I would say it falls short to some of the other tracks, like A Temperature's Rising, or even the intro track, The Start of Your Ending, Eye for an Eye. Obviously, the Shook Ones Part 2. Obviously, Survival of the Fittest. So there's really nothing else to go with here. We're kind of stuck in a corner with QU Hectic. Yeah, I guess Drink Away the Pain, but it's not going to be the worst. And then Try for Life, Up North Trip, but just the storytelling and the production there. Yeah, I'd say the worst is QU Hectic, but that's literally like a near perfect song. And then we got Good AM by Mac Miller, and I thought this would be awesome to include because obviously this year marks the 10-year anniversary of this album. So you could go Faces or Swimming, but I want to go Good AM. 10-year anniversary. Not many people talk about this album, so let's talk about it. It's a very diverse album, man. There's so many different types of songs lyrically and production-wise. You have love songs, you have hype songs. There's so much in this album. We just got the music video to this song, so I'm kind of sad to choose it, but I gotta go Cut the Check as the worst. This is a song where the moment I heard this album, I wasn't too big on the song, and going back to it constantly, like, I've never been a fan of this song. I just think the production is very generic. It's very generic. I never really cared for this song. The songwriting isn't very original. And the Chief Keef feature is solid, but like, again, it doesn't do much to me. It's overall just kind of a mid song. I think In the Bag is another one that you could consider because you got some critiques lyrically. There's definitely some bars that I don't think are great. And another one of the ones where the beat isn't too crazy, not too original, but I think overall Cut the Check is a pretty mid song. So I would have to go that as the worst. Enter the Wu-Tang. Oh boy, this is a perfect album, perfect track list, similar to The Infamous. Another tough one. Oh, this is a really, really tough choice because this song is amazing. I have Clan in the Front. And with an album like this, I literally can't even like explain other than I just enjoy every other song personally. And it pains me because GZA is a lyrical mastermind. He is a genius. So choosing his solo song on this album as the worst is painful. Like, he doesn't deserve that. This song is perfect. It's perfect, but again, I just enjoy every other track more, and I guess the production, it's great. It's definitely great, but there's definitely other beats that outshine it on this album, and if I'm having to choose a worst on this album, I'm gonna have to really heavily consider that, so Clan in the Front, that's so painful. I have that as the weakest. Atrocity Exhibition by Danny Brown, an experimental masterclass, one of the most unique albums in all of hip-hop. For me on this album, it's between two. It's either From the Ground or Get High. And when it comes to Atrocity Exhibition, you're getting that like fiery, chaotic Danny Brown delivery with some nuts production on this album. So when it comes to From the Ground and Get High, they're definitely a little bit different because Get High is a slower song. It's like kind of representing them getting high, kind of floating in the clouds there. It's an atmospheric song. While From the Ground is also slower, you have some like chaotic stuff in the production, but he doesn't have that super chaotic delivery. It's almost like a foreshadow of Quadanta from 2023. So the thing about Get High is I love how atmospheric this song feels, so I'd say From the Ground is the weakest. Lupe Fiasco's Food and Liquor, an absolute summer classic. This album feels so nostalgic. It just feels like the late 2000s or the early 2010s, like I grew up in that era, but I didn't. I was young. This one is crazy. This is another tough one. We're back to The Infamous and Enter the Wu-Tang type of stuff here. This is just such a consistent track list. I love this whole album, but looking at some of the songs, I think it's between I Gotcha and Pressure with Jay-Z. So I think the thing about I Gotcha is the production is better on some tracks. I think it's one of the weaker beats on this album. But the thing is, You got a track about authenticity, confidence, a great chorus. This is an amazing song. In Pressure, you got two lyricists of Jay-Z and Lupe Fiasco rapping about staying true to themselves and ignoring mainstream trends, society, just staying to their craft. And that's really it for our choices, at least for me, because there's nothing else I'm going to absolutely consider. I would consider the instrumental, which is a hot take because I don't really like the chorus. I don't really like that chorus. I think it's a bit cheesy, but the song concept is so strong. Looking at like the media manipulation and what these kids are doing nowadays, staring at TVs, only ages better and better. So for that song concept, I am absolutely not choosing this song. And when you look at the rest of this album, crazy production. I freaking love this album sonically. That's why I love it for the summer, how upbeat it is. And then you just have such top tier song concepts. When you look at Kick Push, some amazing song concepts, some of the best in all of hip hop. So there's nothing else to go to. I'm going to have to stick with my answer of Pressure as the worst. And when I first dove into this album, I had Pressure as my least favorite. I think you get a good chemistry here. I think you get a good rapping performance. It's a nice track, but I think it's just the case of there's nothing else to go to on this track list, man. There's been a lot of albums in this video where, yeah, you're going to have to go with something that's difficult. It might be a great song, but these are some amazing albums, some all-time classics. And I already explained why I love I Gotcha. Maybe the second or third worst on this album, but I love the authenticity about this track and how confident it feels. And the chorus is just amazing. I think the chorus is what really separates it. I absolutely love that chorus, while Pressure, I'd say it's forgettable. I don't really come to this album for Pressure, ever. Alfredo by Freddie Gibbs and The Alchemist. I think this is a pretty easy choice, and a lot of people aren't going to like me for this, but it's Look at Me. What else are you going to choose, by the way? To the people that don't agree with this, what else can you even go with on a concise album like this that is so consistent? It's Look at Me. I think it's my least favorite production on the album, despite the sample loop. It is a good sample. It's a good beat, but Scotty Beam's on this album, by the way. So is 1985, Babies and Fools. It's just hard on an album like this, but I wouldn't say it's too crazy rap-wise either. Again, you can't go Babies and Fools. When you look at these performances rap-wise by Gibbs, it is stacked. But on Look at Me, it's not anything too impressive. I think the song overall is just decent. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing too impressive. If this wasn't on Alfredo, it would be a more forgettable song, in my opinion. You can't really consider the rest of this track list anyway. It's the weakest. Then we got Life After Death by Biggie. Always talking about Ready to Die, but let's talk about this album. It was posthumous by Technicality. This is such a bloated album. I've said that I don't like this album in the past. Whoa, hold on, wait. I just misinterpreted that. I've said that I don't like this album as much as other people do in the past, because I think it is overly bloated and it ranks really high in all-time rankings. It is not an all-time great. This is too bloated. And it's not even bloated to the fact that there's unnecessary tracks. There's bad tracks, and there's a handful of them. Looking at Another with Lil' Kim, this is just some cheeky, freaky, like pop radio hit sort of attempt with a weak hook. I mean, it has chemistry, though. I think that's why I'm not going to choose it as the worst. There's definitely chemistry. Some back and forth action, but then we have Nasty Boy, and good God, I don't need to hear these lyrics. The song is nasty indeed. And Play a Hater, which is meant to be a joke track, but it's the worst on this album, okay? The goofy delivery sounds like it's out of a cartoon, Mickey Mouse having ass, and the lyrics are just bad. So I don't care if it's a joke track. Tina's a joke track on Bastard by Tyler, the Creator. The track still sucks. You can't just say it's a joke track and give it the benefit of the doubt because of that. If it's a bad song, it's a bad song. And that's the thing about Play a Hater. Cool, it's a joke song. Biggie sounds stupid on the song, okay? So there's some bad tracks on this album, but the worst has got to go to Play a Hater. Sticking to some older stuff, we have the Marshall Mathers LP by Eminem, and this one is really tough. This is tough. For me, there's some forgettable songs on this album. Remember Me, Under the Influence, Amityville, and all of these songs are good, okay? Like, I love the hook on these songs too. I think that's one thing that makes this so tough, because these all have catchy hooks, which will make me start to replay it more, you know? Even Remembering Me. I know the crazy Remember Me. I know it's goofy. I didn't like it at first, but it actually grew on me. Kim is ridiculous. I do not like this song. I want to say it sucks, but the thing about it is there's so much aggression to it. It is great storytelling. I know it's bad. It's bad lyrically, okay? The storytelling is not great. It's nothing that I ever want to be put in my ears, but it is good storytelling. His ability is what shows. And that's what's not going to let me choose that song just because of the storytelling, but oh my gosh, I will never tell you I like Kim. Who wants to sit down and listen to that? I want to see a comment right now. To one person that actually enjoys this song? There's got to be someone, okay? How? How in the world? For the worst, though, I'm gonna go Remember Me. I think the bars are forgettable. I think the production isn't crazy, and it's just what I'm left with. It's overshadowed. It's probably what I revisit the least on this album. And then we have 5 non-rap albums that I wanted to include on this video to get some genre diversity. And starting off with a metal album, Ride the Lightning by Metallica. Metal classic. I have this as a 10. Okay, this is one of the few albums that I have as a 10. This is perfect. And this album starts off, oh my goodness. This album starts off stacked. This 4-song run at the beginning is unreal. And that really ties us in a corner because then you have Trapped Under Ice, Escape, and Creeping Death. The outro is an instrumental, so I don't know if I would consider that, but it's not Creeping Death for sure. It's either Trapped Under Ice or Escape. Between these 2 songs, though, I think Trapped Under Ice has adrenaline. This song is pure adrenaline, pure gym banger. Love the riffs more, so in that aspect, I would have to go Escape, but it's probably the most forgettable on this album. It's amazing, though. It is amazing. White Pony by Deftones. This has grown to be the best Deftones album for me. It's between this and Saturday Night Wrist, but this album is just an entire album of adrenaline, man. From the screams to the production to the riffs. These are some of the best riffs I've ever heard. With the killer energy of Elite, the killer energy of Korea. This album's phenomenal. This album's phenomenal. But for the weakest, we got some options. This is hard. We don't have options, by the way. I don't even know why I said that. But, oh, this is tough. This is one of the hardest ones of the video, honestly. And it's because what I have as the weakest is a song that I really enjoy, and I don't want to choose it because of the atmospheric aspect of it and the really dreamy aspect and the introspective lyrics. I love this song, but I come to White Pony for the adrenaline, for the riffs, for the aggression of an Elite or a Korea or Back to School or the intro, you know. It's gonna have to be Teenager. I love this song. I love it, man, but it's a slower song. It's more of a dreamy atmospheric feel, which is why I love it, though. I love it, but like I said, I come to this album for that aggression and just the riffs, the screams by Chino. But if I had to choose a song outside of that, the other song that I was really considering was Streetcar. Might be crazy to some people, but I think some of the lyrics I don't find appealing. I don't find the songwriting of this song appealing. So I want to choose it, but I still think that with the energy of that song, I'm going to have to give it to Teenager. And in a similar fashion for what the vibe of the album brings, we're going to have to kick out a song off of this album in the same way. Off the Wall by Michael Jackson. Such a fun dance pop album with the soul influence and the R&B. Damn near perfect album. And it's my favorite Michael Jackson album. A lot of my favorite tracks from him, obviously Rock With You is a classic. Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. And I can't help it. That is what Peggy sampled when he was under his Devon Hendrix alias of, well, not alias, but when he sampled Montebello High School Prom. That's what he sampled and created that Heaven with. I Can't Help It is an amazing R&B song. But like I was saying, we're going to have to kick something out in the fashion of White Pony. White Pony, I go to it for the aggression. Off the Wall, I go for the grooviness of it. It's groovy, it's danceable. I go for that aspect. And some of the more slower cuts that are more introspective, Girlfriend and She's Out of My Life, I don't revisit. I nearly never revisit these songs. So I'm going to have to say She's Out of My Life. I think it's a great song, pretty emotional, but I enjoy the more danceable grooves. Like I said, I enjoy that rather than the introspective slow cuts. That's what I come to the album for. And the writing isn't that crazy. It's honestly not that, like, outstanding of a song. Love Deluxe by Sade is R&B peak. I had to include this. This is one of the first, like, non-rap albums that I dove into. And I don't even remember what made me dive into it. I think it was, like, completely random. Just going, I don't remember. I think it was hearing about it in the past, and I went to Sade and listened to No Ordinary Love. Loved that song. So I listened to this whole album, and I'm pretty sure I had a review in the past where I said this was a 10. I wouldn't give it a 10. I think I have it like a 9, 9.5, but that was one of the first like non-rap albums that I listened to, and it had to be this peak album. So yeah, I thought it was a 10. And for the weakest, when I realized that I had to go with I Couldn't Love You More, I was like, damn, dude, this is an insane track list. This album is stacked, man. There's just really nothing else to go to. The song is great, but I just don't think it's on par with anything else. Oh my gosh, Cherish the Day, Kiss of Life, Like a Tattoo, No Ordinary Love, Feel No Pain. This album's unbelievable, unbelievable. So yeah, I Couldn't Love You More. And the last album for today's video, I have Kid A by Radiohead, the super experimental atmospheric, electronic Radiohead album. Yeah, I'm definitely going with the title track here. That's an easy choice, and it's obviously just for those robotic vocals. And I get it portrays that alienated, lonely feeling, that it's a cohesive aspect to this album. It fits, but when it comes to the rest of this album, one of the best albums of all time, it does make it the worst. I'm not trying to listen to that robot voice when I could listen to Optimistic, Idiotech. Like, there's nothing else to go to on this album. And again, it's very fitting for this album. It's not like I would remove it from the album, but it is the worst. And I'm not even considering Tree Fingers an interlude. I know it's an instrumental. There's no words, but it's 3 minutes long. And I don't even care if it's 3 minutes long. It'd be 1 minute long. This is peak. For this production, I don't need words, okay? This is what I'm playing in my car, middle of the night, driving on back roads, just isolated from society, middle of the night, floating in the sky alone from the world type of vibes. I mean, this is ethereal. This is an insane track. And that brings us to the end of this video, looking at the worst song on some of the best albums and some of the most popular albums out there. I do really appreciate all of y'all for watching this video. Make sure y'all drop a like and check out the other content, and let me know what y'all disagree with in this video, and I'll catch y'all in my next video.